Let us pray. Eternal and all-wise God, our Father, the one who was, the one who is, and the one who is to come. God, we thank you for this day that you've allowed us to gather in these hallowed halls to commemorate the lives and commemorate the work of those who have done the work of this community, the ones who will continue the work of this community. God, we ask your blessings upon this city. We ask your blessings upon each piece of legislation, each thing that passes through here to better the lives of those who live amongst us. God, we ask your blessings upon this building. We ask your blessings upon those who serve this community, Lord, that you would strengthen them and guide them. Give them what they need to do what it is that you would have them to do. And we'll be ever so mindful to give your name the praise, give your name the honor and the glory for it all. And it's these things and all we ask in the precious name of Jesus, the risen Christ. We all say, amen.
Amen. Thank you, Pastor. Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you for your participation in the pledge and the prayer. Right now, I need approval for the February 4th, 2025 work session meeting minutes. You want to join me at the meeting, Nick? I need approval of the work session.
Yeah, motion to approve.
All in favor, please raise your hand.
Unanimous.
All right, need a motion for the approval of the regular council meeting February 4th, 2025.
Move to approve.
All in favor, please raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Thank you, Mr. Pruitt.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Mayor.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good to see everybody here. To all the members of the public who are here, thank you for coming out, participating in local government. I got on my sneakers because we had some high school tournaments going on with some city teams represented that did very well today. Montgomery Academy was one of them that advanced, and I think Park Crossing, and we got a few others that are coming up as well. So I want to support our young people and all the parents and coaches and supporters where we can, and cheerleaders and everybody that's involved. So we're pulling for all of our teams in this tournament over the next few days as they advance in basketball, both girls and boys, to the state semifinals and hopefully on to the state championships. So with that said, we'll start with financial update. And I'd like to talk about the category beginning with sales and use tax. We haven't seen the type of growth that we'd like to see in this area. It's relatively flat, just showing about 1.36%. But we're looking at this and we're trying to see how this will affect our city revenue sources. However, sales and tax revenue is closely monitored by our CFO, and since it constitutes approximately 50% of the city's total general fund operating and debt service budget, it's important for us to kind of keep tabs on it and make sure that we're sharing that information not only with the council members but also with the general public. I mentioned in my report this time last year that forecasters were seeing indicators that may reflect sales and use tax revenue growth stalling or slowing down. One of those indicators was that consumers were not spending as much as they had in previous years. The cost of goods continues to rise, which correlates with an increase in sales tax revenue. However, when consumers' income does not increase with the cost of goods, it only means that those consumers will decrease their total spending to offset the increase in the cost of goods they are purchasing. Basically, people are pulling back. We're not just seeing that here in Montgomery. We're seeing that across the economy in our country. When we look at sales and use tax for FY 2024, it was about 5%. This source is expected to continue to grow, but not at the same pace that it has been in the previous year. Consequently, we budgeted accordingly in this year's budget, and we will continue to look at that moving forward. Now we'll turn to the next slide for lodging tax. This has not been a robust January as it was in December of the current year. However, growth was nearly 5% more than it was during the same period of FY 2024. It's normal to have a decline in lodging tax revenue in December primarily due to families staying home during the Christmas holidays. Year over year, lodging tax revenue is nearly 9% more than the same period in FY 2024. Considering the projected growth in tourism this year, I can only anticipate that lodging tax revenue will remain stable during the current year. Now, as we look at the gasoline tax revenue grew 14% over January 2024. Year over year, gasoline tax revenue has a growth rate of nearly 5%. It appears that people were traveling in and around the city during December, and after barely breaking even in 2024, I'm hopeful that we will continue to see growth from this revenue source. With the spring break on the horizon and the weather getting warmer, I anticipate that this revenue stream will at least remain stable for the remainder of the fiscal year. Now we'll look at the alcoholic and beverage tax. The alcoholic and beverage tax revenue increased nearly 3% compared to the same period in the previous year. Year over year, the alcoholic beverage tax revenue still has a growth rate of nearly 11% compared to the same period in FY 2024. It appears that consumers are purchasing more of the spirits than what they were purchasing in fiscal year 2024. I'll provide an income statement of fiscal year-end projections after collections for February and posted in March. This information will provide a snapshot of how revenues and expenditures are trending for the city in the current year. Good news, business licenses have been extended. The deadline is February 21. That's coming up. We know with it being the day after my birthday, that it is an important day to remember. Cece, you didn't catch that one. Day after my birthday. All right. That said, it's important to note that even though the deadline was extended, all tax accounts must be current with the City of Montgomery and paid in full before renewals will be issued. We appreciate your patience as city staff works diligently to ensure business licenses get renewed ahead of the deadline on February 21st. Just want to say again, we know that there have been challenges around the business tax renewal. A lot of our council members have gotten those calls. We received those calls. CFO has been keenly aware, trying to troubleshoot that along with our chief of staff and CAO. This is an issue that will not happen again. Anytime we have a situation like this, we have to learn from it. I think we've gotten some teachable lessons from how to deal with this when we're switching things around, how to handle some staff changes, but also software changes. And so we want to make sure that for all the businesses here in Montgomery that we've heard the complaints, we've heard your feedback, and we pledge to make sure this doesn't happen again and that we improve circumstances overall, not just for business license, but across the board as we seek to serve the residents of our city. So we're going to take this moment and learn from it. I think we've already started implementing some things that will be helpful for us moving ahead. Now, I would like to highlight a major announcement that we have coming. Really, we made this announcement last week, but I'm not really sure if it got quite the attention that we wanted. The City of Montgomery is excited to launch an innovative metaverse project to celebrate the 60th anniversary of the 1965 Selma Montgomery Voting Rights March. The metaverse will offer people a chance to virtually march the same path used by civil rights leaders and legends and others pushing for equal voting rights 60 years ago. Available in March 2025, this immersive experience allows users to witness the historic march and explore the Civil Rights Trail from the St. Jude campus to the Alabama State Capitol. I was about to say, I know we have some real nice slides. The application will be available to anyone with access to the internet and a web browser. No special equipment will be required. This new initiative is part of the city's broader efforts to aid in economic development, tourism, and growth, as well as education in the City of Montgomery in conjunction with reconnecting communities and Neighborhoods grant. By including an immersive digital experience to help celebrate the 60th anniversary, the city continues to solidify its reputation as a forward-thinking community that values its past while embracing new technology and looking toward its future. So we're really excited about this, and as we build up, you hear more marketing and more advertisements about this commemorative march. We want everyone to come out and participate in some function of it. The city, the county will be assisting us in this endeavor to make sure as we welcome thousands of people to Montgomery for the other side of the bridge celebration, that they're able to dial into it at a time that will put in a fashion that will put them back in time as it was in 1965. So it really is a great way to bring this virtual technology to our phones and to our other digital devices. Now I want to just highlight a few staff additions. I want to take a moment to welcome a new addition to our city staff, new Chief Property Maintenance Inspector, Robert Morgan. Robert, will you please stand? All right, thank you. Robert comes to us after having served as the Deputy Director of Property Operations for the Oakland Housing Authority in Oakland, California. He also has experience as a project manager with Alton Management Company, a regional property supervisor with Stratus Real Estate, and as Director of Communities for DCI Properties. We're glad to have Mr. Morgan join this team, and we look forward to his work and his leadership and experience that he brings to many things that concern a lot of our council members because it's brought up by many members of our community. So I think this is a value-added addition, and he steps into a position that was filled by a great city employee for a long time, Brandon, and we're grateful for what he will bring to the table as well. Now we want to close out tonight's message by offering a pair of proclamations and condolences on behalf of the city of Montgomery for some important figures in our community. First is with a heavy heart that we remember Montgomery Fire Rescue Chaplain Ben Alpert. Chaplain Alpert served the citizens of Montgomery and members of the Montgomery Fire Rescue with compassion and dedication, whether it was emergency scenes, grief counseling sessions, or praying for the safety of women and men, leaders across this department. Chaplain Alpert's impact was felt across our city. Montgomery Fire Rescue and the city of Montgomery extend our deepest condolences to his wife Bonnie, his son Nathan, and to Chaplain Alpert's family and friends during this time of loss. This time we want to present a proclamation and ask to certainly take a picture with the City Council. But before I present the proclamation, certainly want to offer any time you all would like to take to express any comments to the City Council and to the public as well.
Just thank you on behalf of myself and our family that we had this opportunity to serve the community. My husband loved being a part of the fire department, and he especially enjoyed getting up in the middle of the night and the alarm would go off on his phone and run off to the fire. And he enjoyed the time that he got to spend with people individually. And the fire department was just his home away from home. And we thank the Lord that he had that opportunity to serve.
Amen. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Father. Thank you. I appreciate it, sir.
Finally, we also want to recognize the passing of former Councilman Montgomery Police Department member, Mr. Sidney T. Williams, an 8-year U.S. Air Force veteran, a 26-year member of the Alabama National Guard. Mr. Sidney Williams was also at the forefront of the civil rights movement. Mr. Williams organized multiple marches across the Edmund Pettus Bridge and also helped ensure the security of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and his family in the fight for justice and equality. He also broke barriers by becoming one of the first black police officers in the Montgomery Police Department. Mr. Williams also served our city as a city council member, was director of safety and security at Alabama State University, served as a fraud investigator in the office of the Alabama Attorney General, and was appointed to the Alabama Board of Pardons and Paroles, where he served as chairman of the board. As a city, we send our deepest condolences to his family and friends, church family as well, in recognition of his legacy of service and leadership. And we have with us plaque that we'd like to provide the family that reads, in loving memory of Sidney T. Williams for his service to the citizens of Montgomery, Alabama, Montgomery City Councilman, District 5, November 1995 through November 1999. And it is inscribed with the name of myself as well as all of the city councilmen, leading with the president, who now runs from District 5, represents District 5, Cornelius C.C. Calhoun. We also have with us, or to present to the family, a proclamation from the office of the mayor. I will not read it in its entirety, but it's signed by myself as well as all of the members of the city council here in memory of Councilman Williams. So at this time, we invite the family, and I know pastors here as well. If you would like to share any comments before the council this time, please come and do so. And after that, we will take a picture with the council as well. But please share any comments you'd like to take at this time.
But thank you all. My father loved his city, his district, and his country. So we would like to thank you all for this recognition. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. President, that concludes my report. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Mayor. Any questions for the mayor? All right. Any special committees report? Mr. Pruitt, you're gonna call a committee meeting?
Yes, on the ID ordinance. Let's just go for next council meeting.
What time?
Is that all right?
That's cool.
Why is it my honor? 2 o'clock.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr.
And I'll
Pruitt.
get with you. I want to invite the Attorney General's office, the DA's office, everybody we need to. Yeah.
All right. All right, thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Item 1.
Mr. President, item 1 is the consent agenda for council approval.
All right, Madam Clerk, on item 1, and I think I didn't bring it to the council, we need to make that adjustment from 150 to 120. That's an amendment. We're just making an economic amendment. Stacy?
I'll handle that as a scrivener's, that's all
That's
right
good.
with council.
All right. All right. Need a motion to adopt?
Move to adopt.
All in favor, please raise your hand.
Unanimous. Item 2, Rebuild Alabama Yearly Report by Patrick Dunson.
Mr. Dunson.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Just wanted to bring to you tonight our proposed plan for the calendar year 2025, showing the streets that we're going to pave with the Rebuild Alabama taxes that we receive. We receive approximately about my numbers are right, I think it's 1.4 million in Rebuild Alabama funds, and on top of that, we're going to add some additional tax money to spend almost just a little over $2 million in resurfacing. I took that money, spread it throughout each of the 9 districts, tried to spread it as evenly as I could, roughly $225,000 approximately per district, to try to evenly spend that across the district. So I think in your packet was placed a list of those streets that are being proposed, and we just wanted to bring that to you tonight for your consideration.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you, Mr. Dunson. Need a motion?
Item 3, review of overcrowding violations issued by the Montgomery Fire Department to level 2 club at 15 West South Boulevard.
All right, Montgomery Fire Rescue and Mr. Marcus McQueen.
Good evening, Council.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Mr. Peoples. Yes, sir. You can start what we got.
All right. Yes, sir. So we did do a nightclub inspection. I was doing routine nightclub inspections. It started February 8th, 2025 at approximately 10:30. We did a couple of nightclub inspections, and at approximately 12:15 a.m., which is going to be February 9th, we conducted an inspection at 15 West South Boulevard, which is going to be level 2 West South Boulevard. Now, prior to the inspection being started, we made contact with Mr. Marcus McQueen just to let him know that, hey, we're out here to do a nightclub inspection. We did start off by walking through. After we made contact with him, we walked through and, we started counting. And during that process, when we was counting, we observed that it's going to be a good possibility that the business was over its occupancy. It was explained to Mr. McQueen what was getting ready to happen before we did it. Mr. McQueen did comply. He did go ahead and explain to everyone what was going on. And we started counting everyone out the door. At the end of the count, the official count was 223 people was inside of the building. That's going to put him exactly 73 people over his rated occupancy of 150. Due to him being over his rated occupancy, it put him in violation of City of Montgomery Ordinance number 35-2023. Therefore, he had to be closed down for 16 hours.
Okay. Any questions? Mr. McQueen?
Yes, I was only trying to get in compliance. That's the thing what I'm down here for. And my capacity, I think I bought level 2 back in 2020, and that was around COVID period. And shortly after I got the capacity, so the world was at, kind of capacity, so I had like the 150. And I ain't never revisited the updated. Clearly I went in and put new seating in, patio area, fully furnished. Like I said, I know I can hold more than enough. The 223, out of the 223, 46 was on the patio. So technically, 27 was inside. And we just need them to come out, revisit, and I'm more than sure I have enough room for all the people.
All right. Mr. Peoples, address that. If it's 46 people on the outside and not on the inside with the count on the patio, how would that go in with the total count? So unfortunately,
like I said, that's going to be something that I had to let the fire marshal speak on. Okay. But like I said, that they're at one point, they're going to all be in that building. It's a fluid number that's on that back porch. But, okay.
So usually the way it works, it comes in to complete with patios, it comes down to exits. The egress they got out, like I spoke with him earlier prior to the meeting. I'll get one of my inspectors to go out there, meet with the building department or whatever, and go over what he already has and see if he can get any more. But it's like I told him, I wouldn't promise him anything, but we'll have to go out there and actually look at it and see exactly what he does have, as far as that goes.
Okay. I guess they're asking for you to come out and do a recount on your occupancy. That's something I guess have to be coordinated there. My question was, I guess they had to come through at one point, but they're on the outside. How do they count on the inside when you do a total count from, I'm looking at 150, 223, and it's saying 46 is on the outside. Would you count people that was in a line to get in a place being on the outside as capacity?
Well, you would count the whole building itself. So if it has a total occupancy of 150, that's including the patio and everywhere. That's with people coming in and out, because people got to exit out of the building. So you have that many people in there at one time, you can have that over occupancy at one time. Okay. If then people are coming out.
I can say one thing. So we have approximately 5 exit ways. My patio got push panic bars to exit out the patio. We clearly could have let them out beside the patio, but I think we wasn't on no bad terms. I was like, well, might as well just let them all out through one way, and they came back out. So I got 2 exit doors in the front, an exit door in the back, and my patio got exits as well. But like I said, I think it's just, all of us just need to get out there and get on one accord, and I'm pretty sure this won't be, no issue at all, and we get the numbers up and continue with business. And I'm asking for a warning until we get this going. I mean, my first offense, like I'm willing to get on board, do what it takes. If we have to get architects out there building or whatever, because I know I can hold them. I know the building's big enough, got way more exits, got 11 toiletries. So only thing I don't have is the sprinkler system, and I think what I was reading, if you don't have a sprinkler, the minimum is $299 inside of the building. So I want to add my patio as well, because summertime we have people just want to be on the patio, because it's smoke free. They can go out and smoke. That's their smoke area. And if something happen, they hit the push panic button, push panic bar and leave the exit. They can exit out through the patio. So just want to get on compliance, continue doing business with the city, and that's it.
Thank you. And like I said, I want to rehash one other thing. That all comes down to exits as well in the building itself. That occupancy load is put in place for a reason, to be safe, and we want everybody to operate safe. So I mean, that's the occupancy load he has now. But we'll reevaluate with him. We'll go back out there and look at it and see what he does have. See if he can comply with more, whatever the case may be. But like I said, it's set there for a reason. Okay. And like I said, according to the ordinance, that's $50 a person he was over. So it's a $3,650 fine, which he has 90 days to pay that. Okay. And if he doesn't comply within 90 days, then he comes back before the city council. So. Okay. All right, Mr. Mitchell, you had a question.
Mr. Calhoun, I guess, Marcus, are you asking them to, before this fine is levied by the city council, you asking that they go back out and recertify your occupancy of your building, then come back to us, and because you might be...
Yes, that's exactly right, because I may be over and we won't have a fine, so that's exactly right.
Yeah, I just want to understand what he was saying. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I think on that one, though, it's going to go based on the occupancy level now.
It's going to go based on his occupancy load that he has now. And we'll go back and reevaluate, but that's the way it is now. And he may not get no more, so he may be stuck at what he has, and they may have already reevaluated that already. But as of right now, that's what he has.
All right, my only question, you answered it. I was wondering about the 46 in the count that was on the outside.
Right.
Because they're not in the building.
But they have to come back through the building to use the bathroom or whatever the case may be, or use the restroom or get a drink or whatever. So that may can only be what that whole building would hold at a time.
Okay, so. Yeah. I know what the owner's asking, 73 basis 27.
Yeah, that's a big number, because it's a percentage you fall under. If it's 27, I think it's like $675 now. If it's the 73, you clearly see the jump. So that's what my argument was.
All right, you guys, y'all will work out on the thing. What we need to do is uphold this, and then any kind of adjustment will be made from an administrative.
I'd say it again, and your motion should be to uphold the fire department and authorize the administrative fee.
Yeah, that's what we're talking.
Yes, sir.
All right, I need a motion. Any other comments, questions before we close it out? All right, I need a motion to uphold.
Motion to uphold.
What number? Number 3. Okay, all in favor, please raise your hand.
Unanimous.
All right, you guys will work it out. Thank you.
Okay, all right, thanks.
Item 4, ordinance consenting to disposal of certain real property by the Waterworks and Sanitary Sewer Board and abandoned well site 32.
All right, Representative from Montgomery Waterworks, please come forward. All right, you talk to us in the approach. All right, just need your name for the record and just tell us briefly what you're doing.
Brown, I'm here on behalf of the Waterworks Board. They're seeking authorization by ordinance to sell a small triangular piece of property near the West Boulevard, Old Selma Road, to an individual for a nominal sum of money.
All right, any councilman have any questions? All right, Ms. Rob?
Motion to adopt.
All right.
Need to suspend the rules.
Oh, motion to suspend the rules.
We have a motion to suspend the rules. All in favor, please raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Ms. Riley?
Motion to adopt.
All in favor, please raise your hand.
Unanimous. Ordinance is adopted.
All right, good luck with yourself.
Ordinance vacating a portion of a remnant of an unimproved right-of-way abutting the north right-of-way of West 5th Street and south right-of-way of West 4th Street, east of Forest Avenue.
All right, we have a representative for this property. I think it's some abatement of property for Alabama State to build some student housing.
I can move, suspend the rules.
All right, all in favor, please raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Move to adopt.
All in favor, please raise your hand.
Unanimous. Ordinance is adopted. Item 6, ordinance amending Code of Ordinances, Section 16-107, special licenses and provisions, gasoline and oil tax.
All right, item number 6, we have a motion to suspend the rules.
Motion.
Go ahead.
Motion to suspend the rules.
All in favor, please raise your hand.
3,
All right, this item will be carried over.
Item 7, resolution declaring a 6-month moratorium on the construction of new billboard structures and the alteration of existing billboard structures.
Mr. President,
Ms. Johnson?
was there a discussion that I missed
On
the gas tax?
Yes, we're working something on. We're gonna do it, we're looking at it 3 cents right now, what we're talking about. We don't know if, I'm just gonna be from CC's standpoint, we don't know if 3 cents is gonna be what we need to do when we talk about the paving of the streets.
Yes.
And so we're looking at, if we're gonna do this, let's do it to an amount that we're gonna have something that's gonna impact the community that we can explain to the citizens. That's what is gonna be done for paving and street maintenance on that.
Why we just didn't carry it over then? Why we just didn't carry it over instead of voting?
I understand that, but I didn't get a suspension of the rules. I agree with you on that. Both know,
Thank you.
I'll make an amendment at this time, but we didn't get the suspension of the rules, so we move on.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, item 7.
I've read it. Yes, sir.
Okay, we're ready. So come on up, sir.
Mr. Adams.
Warren Adams, Land Use Control Administrator. We are proposing a moratorium, a 6-month moratorium on the construction of new billboard structures and the alteration of existing billboard structures. Really, there's 3 reasons for this. Number 1, we are receiving a large increase in requests for new billboards, especially electronic billboards. Secondly, we have nothing in the existing billboard regulations that regulate electronic billboards. And the third reason is the current building regulations require approval of a site development plan by the Planning Commission. However, the recent Ordinance 10/2024 prohibits the Planning Commission from making any decision on development plans. So there are a number of things here that we need to look into, we need to research, and we need to determine how the city would like to move ahead with the regulation of both regular billboards and electronic billboards.
All right, any questions?
Yeah, Mr. President, so I guess the idea is that we do the 6-month moratorium while we prepare these rules and regulations for consideration. Is that the idea that at the end of 6 months we'll be adopting something that regulates electronic billboards?
Yes, we can put language together that looks at both regular billboards and electronic, and we can move this ahead, obviously as quickly as possible, and present it to you for consideration.
All right. Any other questions?
One question. They can fix the ones that are torn up right now?
They can,
They
yeah.
exist and they can repair.
They can repair them, they can change obviously what they're advertising. We had one request recently to actually relocate one 150 feet because of a new development, so that probably wouldn't be affected. This is purely for alterations to the structure and the billboard itself, and the installation of new
I have a
billboards.
question. Are majority of the permits that we're getting from the new billboards, are they out-of-town companies?
Are they from?
Are they out-of-town companies? I reached out to Lamar Advertising and asked about this, and they said they have not asked for a new permit since 2018.
Yeah, a lot of them are local at the moment, local companies. And the big thing seems to be the conversion of regular billboards to digital, but we have nothing to actually regulate that, nothing in our guidelines.
Okay.
I move to suspend the rules.
All right, have a motion to suspend the rules. All in favor, please raise your hand.
Ms. Johnson, are you not voting? Unanimous.
All right, need a motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt.
All in favor, please raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Thank you.
Resolution is adopted.
All right, Ms. Blaylock, I just had a member ask me on item number 6. You counted 3
Yes,
on
sir.
suspension of the rules.
Yes, sir.
They said it was 4 that raised for suspension of the rules.
If that was Ms. Johnson, I didn't see her hand, so.
I did.
I'll go back and check the tape, but yes, ma'am, if you
All
say
right.
so, I'll change it to 4.
All right, thank you.
Item number 8, resolution approving and authorizing Mayor Reed to execute an agreement with AUDIT concerning the Percy Junior High School driveway intersection.
All right, need a motion to suspend the rules.
Motion to suspend the rules?
All in favor, please raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Motion to adopt. I need the motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt. We just raised that.
All in favor, please raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted. Item 9, resolution authorizing Mayor Reed to execute an amendment to the Hope Enterprises agreement.
All right, need a motion to suspend the rules.
Motion to suspend the rules?
All in favor, please raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Motion to adopt?
All in favor, please raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted. Item 10, application for restaurant retail liquor license at 6132 Atlanta Highway.
All right, need a representative for item number 10. I think it's Alfonso Ramirez. Item number 10. Rivera.
Apollonio Ramirez, he was on your list.
Yeah,
So he
that's I
signed
got
up
it.
to speak.
Abalone, please come forward. Your name for the record, sir?
Apolonio Ramirez.
Okay, got it. You represent the property?
Yes.
Okay, this is a public hearing. Anyone like to speak against this item, please come forward. Seeing none, declare the public hearing has been held. The property before the council. Need a motion?
Suspend the rules.
All in favor, please raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Motion to adopt.
All in favor, please raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted.
All right, good luck with your business, sir.
The next one is his also.
Okay.
11, application for a restaurant retail liquor license doing business, well, that stands for seafood restaurant, in case you're curious. 1863 Mountain Edge Road.
Mr. President, I'm gonna carry it over, just to the next meeting.
All right.
We gotta have the public hearing.
All right, let me go ahead and do it. This is a public hearing. Anyone like to speak against this item, please come forward. Seeing none, declare the public hearing has been held. It's proper before the council.
I'm gonna carry it over, Mr. President.
All right, Mr. Ramirez, she's gonna carry this item over for 2 weeks, so come back in our first meeting in March and we'll vote on it. So get with Ms. Johnson on whatever the issues may be.
I have your number, I'll call you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And 12, application for restaurant liquor license at 2787 Bell Road. Hashin Karaoke.
Kim? All right, sir, your name for the record?
Yes, sir.
Your name?
Fanny. Last name Kim.
Last name Kim? You got it, Ms. Blaylock? All right. All right, you represent the property. This is a public hearing. Anyone like to speak against this item, please come forward. Yes, ma'am.
I would like to say that they owe us money
for taxes.
Okay, so you think we need to hold this up? Mr. Kim, did you get with revenue to figure out what you need to do?
I went today and then there was a close and I will take care of it by tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right.
You want to carry this over?
I mean, hey, we can go ahead and pass it and continue on that. They take care of it.
Suspend the rules.
All right, have a motion to suspend the rules. All in favor, please raise your hand.
Unanimous?
All right.
Vote to adopt.
All in favor, please raise your hand.
I got a question. Can I have a question first before we adopt? Have you all looked at your package?
Yes.
What's your question? Come on. What's your question, man? Well,
I want you all to make sure you review the package before we vote. That's all I'm asking. To make sure everybody makes sure they look at their package.
All right, we got a motion to suspend the rules. You already got that, right?
That is suspension rules, and there's a motion to adopt. I need that vote.
Okay, I need a motion to adopt. All in favor,
Motion
please
adopt.
raise. All in favor, please raise your hand.
Five.
All right. All opposers have the same right.
Three.
All right.
We have one absent. Yes, sir.
All right.
Resolution carries.
All right, make sure you get with the revenue to take care of your business. Okay, sir? Thank you.
Item 13, resolution approving business license for a towing company doing business as Pro Se Roadside, 1832 Edison Court.
All right, Brandon Blesso. All right. Your name again for the record, sir. Your name?
Brandon Blesso.
Okay. All right, Miss. This is a resolution for a business license for towing. Ms. Johnson, you have any questions? Number one, Ms. Johnson. You gonna talk to him?
Motion to suspend the rules.
All right, I have a motion to suspend the rules. All in favor, please raise your hand.
Unanimous?
All right, Ms.
Motion
Johnson.
to adopt.
All in favor, please raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted.
All right, good luck with your business, sir. Thank you. All right.
Item 14, resolution appointing Monty Wills to the Industrial Development Board.
All right, need a motion to suspend the rules.
Make a motion to suspend the rules, please.
All in favor, please raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Make a motion to adopt.
All in favor, please raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted. Item 15 has been withdrawn, and she has a resolution to replace it, to introduce. It's a resolution appointing Timothy Wayne Head to the Planning Commission, replacing Betty Hardwick.
Ms. Blaylock, I just passed those down. Pardon? I just passed those down. The resolutions. I just passed them to you.
Oh, okay. I just read it, so it's probably before the council.
Is this the former Councilman Timothy Head?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Make a motion to suspend the rules.
All right. I have a motion to suspend the rules. All in favor, please raise your hand.
Unanimous.
And make a motion to adopt.
All in favor, please raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted. Item 16, pursuant to Section 1153B1 Code of Alabama, authorization of demolition of unsafe structures at the listed location.
All right, anyone in order you want to speak with the council on 1511 South Hope, 1328 Peach Street, 511 Elm Street, 1534 Hill Street, 911 Madison Avenue, 4028 Keating. All right, need a motion?
Mr. President, motion to suspend the rules for the rest of the agenda.
Just adopt this one.
Motion to adopt.
All right, have a motion to adopt. All in favor, please raise your hand.
Unanimous. Item 17, resolution declaring, authorizing, and assessing cost of abatement of public nuisances on various lots.
All right, now you can suspend the rules for the remainder of the
And then left. Motion to suspend the rules.
All in favor, please raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Motion to adopt.
All in favor, please raise your hand.
Ms. Head? Ms. Beard?
You got?
No, I don't have Mrs. Beard's vote. I'm sorry. Unanimous, resolution is adopted.
Right.
Council, I do have two contingency requests. The first one is it's for District 1, 2,500 for the Montgomery Area Chapter of the Military Officers Association, and for District 8, 2,000 for Leo Legacy Foundation.
Okay. Ms. Blaylock, is One Montgomery a vendor?
They got a contract with the city. So fine. We are for dollars, so they should be.
They're not on my list.
Okay. All right, thank you. All right. You have any other council member?
Did you
All
read
right.
mine?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's talk.
The Legacy.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Blaylock for District 2. I'd like to do Leadership Montgomery 500
Leadership Montgomery.
for 500 for Group 3 Montgomery Real Movement.
500 to what?
Group 3,
Free, F-R-E-E.
3, as in 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Group 3, what?
It's Montgomery Real, R-E-E-L Movement. Also, I'd like to do 252 pink dresses.
To who?
Pink dresses.
Dresses for
Dresses. Dresses for pink.
Pink dresses.
Pink dresses, dresses for pink.
Okay.
And then 150 for culinary capers with Meals on Wheels.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, any other member? All right, need a motion?
Move to adopt.
All in favor, please raise your hand.
Unanimous.
All right. All right, any member have anything they need to speak before we go into our public communication?
I do, Mr. President.
Miss-
I
Ms.
just wanted
Johnson.
to invite everyone out on this Saturday at the Crumpton Bowl parking lot from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. I am collaborating with Young Men on a Mission, and we're teaching youth car and truck services, anything from changing tires to changing oil in a car. Everyone is welcome, men, women, boys, and girls. And we'll have food on site, and the Alabama Jeepers will be there, so they'll get hands-on with Jeeps, so it's pretty cool. And also we'll have an instructor on site, so it's free of charge, of course. Come out and learn some life skills and enjoy your Saturday with us at the Crampton Bowl parking lot.
All right, thank you, Ms. Johnson. Anyone else?
Mr. President, can I say something?
No. You gonna ask?
I have a question. Cultural Affairs,
Ms. Riley,
thank
you
you.
recognize?
Thank you. Cultural Affairs, is there anything the council need to do to help you and the mayor with this historical trail event that we're planning for March? Because I would love for us to be able to help you guys on anything that we need to do to help you guys.
Well, thank you so much for the offer. Appreciate it. We have a wonderful array of events scheduled for the 60th anniversary events, beginning with a reception at the Montgomery Museum of Fine Arts on Friday, March 21st from 6:30 to 10 p.m. We have a family fun day on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., followed by Stars for Freedom rally at the same site from 2 to 8 p.m. And then Sunday, we will have our March to the Capitol from St. Jude to the steps of the state Capitol from 1 to 3 p.m. What I would love for you to do is to spread the word, please. Invite each of your districts. We want as many people as possible to come out. We'd also love for you to participate as well. I know that we will be having a press conference on Saturday as well that we would love for you to participate in. So that would be the greatest help. We want our Montgomery citizens to come out, but this goes beyond Montgomery. So we want you to spread the word beyond that. We had a global impact, and therefore we love as many people as possible. And not only that, it's free and open to the public, and it will be a wonderful celebration of our history, but also recognizing those who are currently at work doing the same things. And of course, if you want to give money, I mean, we'll always take money.
Mr. President, are these events in conjunction with the National Park Service events that are planned as well around that weekend?
So the National Park Service does have their, what they call walking classroom that's going on, and they are trying to reorganize the day to align with our events. So that's just sort of still in process.
All right, any other questions, Dr. Dobbs?
I got one more question before,
Okay, Ms. Riley.
Mayor, if you would just let us know whatever you need council to do, because we want the 60th March to be awesome for you. So just let us know what you want us to pitch in to help. We're here for you.
I can speak for him. He needs $60,000 from District 4.
And he need
All in
100,000
favor,
from
please raise your
District,
hand.
100,000 from District 5. You want 100,000 from District 5, correct?
You ain't raise your hand yet. All in favor?
Mr. President.
Mr. Mitchell.
I have a question and concern for the mayor. Mayor, the city of Montgomery is right now, Montgomery Public School System is looking for a superintendent. We have a thing called school choice where students, that money follow the students. Montgomery Public School System is losing roughly maybe 1,000 students every year. So I'm worried about those students. I know we don't have a superintendent now, Mayor, but I'm worried about those students that's not athletes, that don't have good grades. If that school if they try to go to that school and that school don't accept them, and that money supposed to follow them, so that means you're taking away from our actually public schools. What's going to happen to the city of Montgomery when the money is not geared towards public school anymore? I know you just said something about Montgomery Academy and their basketball team, but if you look up the makeup of their basketball team, you'll see what I'm saying when we're talking about migrating to other schools outside of public school. And Mayor, you know the biggest push in the city of Montgomery is Montgomery Public School System. So what happened when that money is not funded to Montgomery Public School System? What happened to those students that's not accepted into those private schools or those church schools? Mayor, we need to do something, and I'm asking that we have that conversation with the upcoming superintendent. How can we stop Montgomery Public School System from bleeding every year by losing students?
I appreciate the comments. Definitely would like to talk with you about it. I'll be part of a select group of mayors going to Harlem next week to visit the Harlem Children's Zone and their founder, Jeff Canada, about the changes going on in public schools, the impact school choice is having, and their interest in investing and partnering here in Montgomery in particular. And there's a whole conversation there that we should have about that, and we can have that conversation. I think that what we probably ought to do as city leadership is have some conversations as this superintendent search comes down to the final 10, before we get down to the final 3 and 2 and all that. And let's take a look at who they in the search firm are bringing to the community to be evaluated. We have put significant resources in. The Parks and Recreation Director and I, Brandon Dean, were just talking about maybe establishing an MOU with Montgomery Public Schools. It relates to some of our community centers, it relates to some of our facilities, and things that probably haven't been changed in well over 30 years. So I think that now is a good time for the leadership to talk with the public schools about the superintendent search, what they think is important, what we think is important, what the public is looking for as well, because I think the way to stop the attrition is for people to have the confidence in the school board and what we're doing in our schools. And I think that we're at a unique time not having a superintendent to have that discussion and to talk also with our legislative delegation and our state leaders that many on the dais know on both sides of the aisle about what school choice means, what it means for communities like ours and school systems like ours, and what the impact will be of some of the statewide legislation that has been passed and that continues to be tweaked even going in this session right now. So I think it's a great topic. I think it's a very important topic that you bring up, and I think that we're in position to ask some questions and to find out, what the impact will be and what we all can do to make sure that public schools of all stripes really are meeting the needs of young students, young boys and young girls in the elementary schools, and certainly as they grow into middle school and high school. I'll end with this. One meeting that we had with some community leaders last week brought up the lack of trades in our schools and what many of us remember happening, and their concern that's leading to some young boys and girls getting on the wrong side of the law and engaging in criminal activity, some not coming with what you know better than any of us in your role at Montgomery Public Schools and contributing to truancy. And their concern was, are we serving those young boys and young girls in a way that will help them gain grade level reading and writing skills that are going to be needed for the jobs that we're recruiting here, advanced manufacturing, high paying jobs, great jobs, but are we preparing these students for those jobs? And if we aren't, how do we improve it? And then how do we bring trades back into the school as well? So that was just last week with a group of community leaders. And so to your point, I think that Montgomery Public Schools has an opportunity to show some of the progress that's been made, but also the vision that it has and what they're looking for in a new superintendent, what the board leadership is looking for in collaboration with you all on the council, with us in the mayor's office, and certainly with our friends at the county commission and the state level as well.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
All right, any other questions? Hey, Council, I'm probably bringing on our next meeting. I just wanted your attention on this. In the little situation with our grants department, we're not having a director. In order to administer some of the grant funds that we have in that department going forward, it was an ordinance that I pulled probably about two and a half months ago that I will present it again on our next council meeting for discussion. Yeah, so I don't have it in front of me now, so we can't vote on it. So I would just need to get Brenda to pull it, and we'll bring it back up at our next council meeting. Yes. Somebody whispering? Okay. All right, in our public communication non-agenda items tonight.